was a very weird glitch. I had to wait for almost a minute for this video to go on. How's everybody doing? Okay, quick sound check. How do we sound today? I don't know. Maybe you sound good, maybe you don't. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Today's YouTube is titled Creative Combinations. We're going to play around a little bit. This is a way to practice your techniques. It works equally well for beginners, intermediate, or advanced students. Some of the advanced students are working on creating their own kata, which is kind of a longer version of the same thing. We're going to start off with a basic warm-up, and we're going to build some combinations and talk about what makes good combinations, and we'll see where it goes. I'm going to do a bow in so that when I edit this video later on, it'll sort of make more sense to people who are just stepping in. All right. Good evening and welcome to Kidsafe Online. I'm Chris Baglieri, and this video is titled Creative Combinations. So we're going to get started together and do a quick warm-up, and then we're going to do building karate combinations as a way to practice and also for some fun. Okay, attention stance, student code, respect, integrity, perseverance, discipline, pride, and bow. All right, let's get moving. Let's get your body jogging in place. Knees up off the ground, warming up the muscles, get the breath going, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, keeping your feet up behind you. Good job. All right, picking your knees up in front of your body. Start off with just basic knee strikes. Use your hand as a target. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let's try double strikes. Once, twice. Let's put our hands up in a guard. Once, twice, once, twice, once, twice. All right, let's change our warm-up just a little bit and try some knee circles. Stepping out, knee circle, stepping out, crescent knee, crescent knee, crescent knee. Try standing on one foot and doing more than one of these. Crescent knee and reverse crescent. You can do it the other way as well. You can do inward and then outward. Inward and outward. Good. Try it with your foot and do more of a crescent kick. So now I'm going to stand on my right foot, do a crescent kick with my left foot, reverse crescent kick. Just loosen up my legs. Crescent kick, reverse crescent kick, crescent kick, reverse crescent kick. All right, let's do some footwork, because footwork is going to be part of what we're going to talk about later on. All right, sorry about that. Just checking my lighting. Let's practice some footwork. I'm going to put my camera down so you can get some of this footwork with me. Let's start off with our right leg and forward in a basic fighting stance. Up on my toes, weight shifted forward. Okay, and what we're going to do is just practice sliding forwards and backwards. We're going to warm up our jab, our front hand. So when I go forward, we're going to jab, slide forward, jab, slide back. Good. Slide forward. Slide forward. 1, 2, again. 3, 4. Switch feet. 1, 2, 3. Now, try not to let your feet get really close together. So when you slide forward, they stay there. When you slide backwards, they stay the same position. Ready? Slide forward, jab, and back. Jab, and back. Jab, and back. You can hop, 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 hop. Good. Switch feet. Jab, cross, back. Good. Jab, cross, backwards. Jab, cross, back. Jab, cross, back. Jab, cross, back. Good. Just loosen up arms a little bit. Other side. Jab, cross, and back. Jab, cross, and back. Jab, cross, and back. Jab, cross, and back. Good. All right. Check out your wrists. Anchor your elbows. Shake out your shoulders. Elevators. Crossing your arms. Good. Reach above our heads, stretching over to one side. Reach above your head, stretch to the other side. Good. Let's do some twisting and work on our elbow strikes at the same time. So we're going to come across with the elbow strikes. Starting with the right hand, elbow strike. Switch, switch. Twisting my body. Switch, 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 switch. Good. Try a back elbow strike. Backwards over your shoulder. Switch, switch, switch. We're going to bring the stretch down a little bit further so that it's not just our upper body turning, but our feet turning as well. Switch, 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 switch. Good. Let's face forward and go through some of our basic striking techniques. Later on, we're going to talk about these striking techniques as basic building blocks for our combinations. Chamber both fists. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Double punches. Good job. Single punch. Switch, 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 switch. Keep your knees bent. Feel the power of your legs coming through your punches. Switch, 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 switch. Good. Let's add triple punches. So 3 at a time. I'm going to say hut, and I'm going to count to 3 as I punch. Hut. 1, 2, 3. Hut. 1, 2, 3. Hut. 1, 2, 3. Hut. 1, 2, 3. Good job. All right. Getting warmed up. Let's continue our upper body warm up by doing some, you know what, let's go through all of our basic strikes because we're going to use them later on, as I said, okay? So we'll start off with double punch, double back fist, double hammer fist, double vertical punch, pressing, scooping, blade hands, ridge hands, chops, corner strikes, palm strikes, finger strikes. A little faster, please. Double punch, double back fist, double hammer fist, double vertical punch. Press, scoop, blade, ridge, chops, corners, palms, fingers. Good. Let's do, let's stretch out our lower body a little bit. Stretch up above your head. Stretch forward. Hang your body down towards the ground. And count and breathe, okay? So I'm going to hang a little lower as I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you can't touch the floor, grab your ankles. Touch your toes. 9, 10. All the way up. Stretch leaning backwards, pushing your hips forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Over to your right. Bending your knee. Keeping your leg sideways, lunging. So this leg is straight. This knee is out over my toes. Body is up straight. Good. Now turn your toes towards the ground and stretch out the top of your leg. Sitting back, other side. Turning my foot out, putting my knees out over my toes. Back leg straight. Feel this stretching the side of my leg and inside of my hip. Turn my toes to the ground. All right. Let's work on loosening up our legs just a little bit more. Let's do some kicking drills, okay? So what we're going to do is start off in a cat stance, kicking stance, slow front kick. Good. Now, I want you to try and stay in your kicking stance and do multiple kicks. Rust kick. Good. Turning my body to the left. Aiming my knee at my target. Slow roundhouse kick. Good. Pointing my knee at this wall. Toes up. Kicking out behind myself. Come back to cat stance. Good, not bad. It's called the quad kick drill. Start off in a cat stance. Knee up. Front snap kick. Front thrust kick. Okay, usually we do that as a back kick, but I wanted to make sure people had enough room, so we did thrust kick. Turn your body sideways. Roundhouse kick. Back. Put your knee in front of your body. Side kick. And cat stance. Good job. All right, shake out your legs a little bit. Let's see. Let's work on our blocking drills a little bit because, again, these are the different pieces we're going to put together to make our combinations. So let's start off in a defensive stance, maybe even action stance. Defense stance. All right. Starting off with star block, high block, inside block, outside block, lower block. I'm going to give you a little bit better view so that you can see my whole body. And again, high block, inside block, outside block, lower block, reverse punch. Now we're going to do the reverse punch after each block. So high block, reverse punch. Inside block, reverse punch. Outside block, reverse punch. Lower block, reverse punch. Switch feet. All right, star block on this side, which means just the regular star block. All four in a row. High block. Knees bent when you're blocking. Inside block, outside block, lower block. Reverse punch. Now we add the reverse punch to every block. Superstar block, high block, reverse punch, inside block, reverse punch, outside block, reverse punch, lower block, ki. Good. That's called superstar block. I said it a minute ago, but the point is practicing the easiest combination in the world, which is block with one hand, punch with the other hand. Let's do that first and simplest combination first. Getting the right leg forward stance, put your guard up. You can even pretend that you're doing your action stance and something comes to hit you and you have to shift into defense stance. So we're in my action stance, hands up. Hey, keep your hands to yourself. And then, boom, you see that punch coming. You're going to get the block in the way and answer with reverse punch. Ready? Let's just do it again. Action stance, ready to move. High block, yeah. Good. Same hand. This is now my blocking hand. Inside block, ki. Good. Same hand. Outside block, ki. See how my body goes forward on the counter technique on the reverse punch. So I'm blocking, and then I'm kind of exploding forward. Lower block, reverse punch, ki. Good job. Other side. Superstar block, again, with a little bit of speed. High block, reverse punch, yeah. Inside block, reverse punch, yeah. Outside block, reverse punch, lower block, yeah. Nice job. All right, picking up the speed a little bit. We're going to add a third level to the combination. We're going to start off blocking with that front hand, and we're going to counter with the front hand. So for those of you who know it, this is kata number 3. We're not really doing kata right now, but this movement pattern is from kata number 3. So you're in self-defense stance. And again, maybe you're in an action stance. Maybe you're trying to get out of a problem, and bang, that first movement hits you. Okay? And you're going to hit back with this hand. So block, counter. Let's try that again. Block, counter. Let's just practice the counters for a moment so that we sort of know which counter goes with each block. Go into closed guard position, feet side by side, and what we're going to do is block with this hand, and we're going to pretend when you feel that impact of something hitting you, you're going to use that hand and hit back. So we're in our closed guard position with our knees bent. You're in our right high block. Feel that contact, and you're going to aim always for the same target. You're always going to counter with this lead hand counter, this blocking hand. We're always going to aim for our opponent's head. We'll talk about why in a minute. High block, turn it upside down, vertical back fist. Good. Other hand, high block, vertical back fist. Let's do a couple of those. High block, back fist. High block, back fist. High block, back fist. That's what high block. Yeah. Next one, inside block. Back fist. Good. Inside block. back fist, inside block. This is now a horizontal back, the same target, the person's head, but you're imagining that you're hitting the side of the head, right by the eye or right by the jaw, which is a good place to hit somebody without hurting your hand as much as if you hit certain other parts of their head. Here we go. Closed guard position, right hand, inside block, horizontal back fist. Good. Other hand, inside block, back fist. Inside block, back fist. Last one, inside block. Yeah. Outside block. Okay, I'm going to stay in my neutral stance. You have a couple of counters from here, but the easiest one is just to bring your hand right down and in. You're aiming for the side of someone's neck. This would be a good counter if someone's reaching to grab you. You might do double outside block, hammer fist. Okay, but let's just do it from a neutral stance. Outside block, hammer fist. Other hand, outside block. Make sure it starts on the other side of your face, comes across, guards your head. Hammer fist. Good. Outside block, hammer fist. Outside block, hammer fist. Outside block, hammer fist. Outside block. Yeah. Good. Quick thing about outside block. If I turn sideways, you're going to see my outside block is not necessarily here. It's kind of forward. In real life, it might be near my head, but it's going to be forward of where I was standing. It's not going to be like this. It's going to be a moving forward motion. So I might move my head forward, but my block is actually away from my body, and then I can move forward better. So when you do your outside block, you can do it forward from your body. Now, outside block, hammer fist. Outside block, hammer fist. Good. So keep your elbow when you're doing your outside block pointed towards your opponent. So boom, hammer fist. Boom. If it needs to be close to your body, that's okay, but it's still pointing at your opponent. Outside block, hammer fist. All right, lower block. Flip that hand up, keeping your wrist straight, and punch upwards. Everybody here knows that a punch upward towards my opponent's face is called an uppercut. So we're going to do lower block, keep your elbow where it is, turn the hand up, uppercut. Other hand, lower block, uppercut. Lower block, uppercut. Don't forget when you're doing your lower block, it comes across your body as if you were going to touch your other shoulder, but you don't have to touch your shoulder if you're not like a brand new student who's sort of practicing the motion. Just towards your shoulder, lower block, turn it up, uppercut. All right, from a closed guard position, let's do all 8 of those blocks and all 8 of those counters. So we start off with our right hand, as always, high block, counter. Other hand, high block, counter. Next, inside block, counter. Inside block, counter. Outside block, counter. Outside block, counter. Lower block, counter, uppercut. Lower block, counter with an uppercut. All right, can we do that a little bit faster? Who's got this? High block, counter. Other high block, counter. Inside block, counter. Other inside block, counter. Outside block, counter. Other outside block, counter. Lower block, uppercut. I don't know why I say uppercut instead of counter, but I always do. Lower block, counter with an uppercut. All right, good job. Arms and shoulders are now nice and loose, I hope. Good. Now we're going to work on how we build our combinations. And there are really 2 different kinds of combinations. There are what are called defensive or countering combinations and attacking combinations. Good. Okay. There are a defensive combination is like what we were talking about before, where the first move in the combination is a defensive movement. Okay. So to give you an example, fifth combination is a defensive combination. It starts off with a defensive movement, and then it starts to counterattack. What we're imagining is that if something is attacking us, our natural movement is to defend ourselves. But then, in order to stop the attack, we have to launch a counterattack. And the first move of a counterattack is called a counter. Correct. All right. So let's start off. We've done some defensive combinations, but now let's talk about more of an offensive combination where we're going to start with an offensive move. Okay. And most of our basic combinations, combination 1, 2, 3, and 4, are offensive combinations. Most of our basic combinations, 1, 2, 3, and 4, are offensive combinations. So they start off with what? Some kind of kick, okay? So let's work on our kicks. They're still kind of a defensive combination in a way because we teach them backing up. So you're taking a step back and then throwing your front kick. We don't talk about that in class, but all of our combinations are actually defensive combinations. So you can start them all from, always stopping the opponent first and then counterattacking. It's not called attacking if you don't start the attack. It's called counterattacking. Okay, so let's talk about just a neutral stance and then action stance. Okay, we dropped back into our moving. And if I could run away, I would, but I'm trapped in this space. I've got no door behind me. Well, I do have a door, but it's not open. Okay, so my hands are up, and I'm defending myself. I'm going to use my front leg, my first weapon, to stop that opponent. Okay, or stop their attack. Front kick, punch, reverse punch. And we've got first combination. Let's do it again. Front kick, punch, kiai. Good. But we could use any kick we wanted to there, right? We could use whatever kick is appropriate to the way our opponent is attacking. So let's get into this idea of what's called a stop kick. A stop kick is specifically somebody's coming towards us, and we're going to use our foot to stop them, okay? So notice that I took a step back. So let's start from a neutral stance, take a step back, and I'm in a right stance, but you could be whatever stance your body stops in. Pick your front foot up and do a thrust kick. That means push that person backwards. Good. Then we can do punches, back fist, or whatever strikes we want, okay? Let's step back, thrust kick. Good. Again, practice that step backwards. Step back, thrust kick. Sometimes when people do this, they fall over backwards because they're doing this. I'm going to face sideways so you can see what's happening. They're stepping back and their head keeps going backwards as they're trying to kick forward. So then they fall over backwards. So you want to keep your shoulders rolled forwards. You want to keep your hands in front of your body, and you want to push your hips forward on the kick so that you're not tipping over backwards. So I'm going back, action stance, get ready to move, but I can't move, thrust kick. And then after that kick, always with the step forward and the jab and the reverse punch. Let's try the other leg. So let's step back to the other foot, defensive stance, knee up, thrust kick. Let's try it again. Neutral stance, just standing. Step back. My left leg's in front. Thrust kick. And we can punch with either hand. Doesn't matter. We're not really worried about the punches right now. We're worried about the kick. Step back. Thrust kick. Now, some of the beginners in this class will have seen us use thrust kick, but they won't have seen us use it in this way. How do we usually practice thrust kick? Anybody remember that and put it into the chat? Not Ankush, who is not a beginner. So Ennis or Mirage or one of the other kids. Usually when we use thrust kick, we're not standing up and kicking forward. We're usually doing something different. Anybody remember? All right, so usually when white belts use thrust kick, they're on the floor. We usually practice it like this, and I can't get down there very easily. Okay. So we usually practice our thrust kick as a defense from the floor. It works just as well when you're standing up. So you can practice our thrust kick. All right. Time for our next defensive kick, which is stepping back and stopping the person with a side kick, which is a new technique for some of the beginners here. So we're going to use a slightly different side kick, okay? We're going to start off by facing forward, even though our side kicks are going to go to the side. And what I want you to do is practice this motion, okay? I want you to practice picking one of your knees up, pointing it this way towards the camera, but then kicking in a different direction. So turn your foot sideways, push out to the side, and step back into your stance. So you can do this. Feet together, knee up, turn that foot sideways, kicking out to the side, stepping down. This is called side thrust kick because it's a pushing motion with my foot. I'm going to show you what it looks like from here. As I pick my knee up, you should be able to see the bottom of my foot. I'm pushing out with this foot so my body is straight, then stepping down. Okay? Great way to practice this kick. just to put your hand on a table or a chair. Practice thrusting that side kick out, okay? One more time. We're in this position. You can do a tiger stance. You can pick your knee up, thrust kick, and step down. All right, try the other side. We're gonna kick to our left now. Shifting your body, and I just wanna show you what I'm doing with my feet. As I shift my body, I'm turning this foot just a little bit as I pick my knee up so that I'm in a cat stance here. I'm going to aim straight out to my side so my leg is straight, and then I'm going to step back into my side stance. So serpent stance or tiger stance, knee up, side kick, and step down. All right, I want you to picture that this side kick is what you're going to use to stop somebody who's coming towards you. I need this guy to have a little bit more shape. I wonder if I could give him a cover. Here, cover. Okay. Just need this guy to have a little bit more of a body shape. Here's my body shape. Okay. So here's my opponent heading towards me. And I'm going to stop them with the side of my foot. Okay? And it works a little bit better on an angle, so we can practice it on an angle. Here we go. So now, my opponent is coming towards me. Instead of going backwards, I'm going to step out to the side. Pick my knee up and point it this way. But then I'm going to kick to the front of the room. Side kick. And then move back towards my opponent. Okay, try again. Stepping out to the side. Out in one corner. Knee up. Side kick. And stepping down. All right, one more time on this side. This time I want you to practice it as a very natural movement. I'm backing up. This person is coming towards me. Hey, get away from me. Hey, get away from me. Stepping out to the side. Stop. Good. Hit him with a back fist. Hit him with an elbow strike. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. Okay. Other side. Again, stepping out to the right side. My imaginary opponent is there, and sometimes it helps if you take your left arm and sort of point. This is where my imaginary opponent is. Pick your knee up. Point your knee away from your opponent. Kick back, side kick, and step back into a diagonal stance. Good. One more time. Stepping out to the right. See how my toes are pointing a little bit away from my opponent. Pick my knee up. Side kick. Stepping down. Beautiful. A little bit faster, okay? I want you to come up close to the camera and imagine that opponent's in your face. Dude, get back, get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Step out to the side. Side kick. I said, get away from me. Good job. All right. For the white belts, this is a completely new kick, but there's some intermediate students in the room. Let's see who's around. I got white belts, white belts, white belts. Oh, yellow belts. Yay. Okay. So we'll do a yellow belt new kick for you guys. Let's try this one. Everybody start off in a right foot forward self-defense stance. Okay? Hands in front of your body. What I want you to do is take your back leg, bring it around in a big circle, and standing kicking stance. Boom. You have to pretend there's something on the floor in front of you, and your kick, that's really a bad target because you guys can barely see it. Something on the floor in front of you, this time it's not your opponent, it's just on the picture. Your kick has to go over that object and stop on the other side, okay? So let's try that. Ready? Back leg, crescent kick, and we're in a kicking stance on this side. Try reversing the crescent kick. Pick it back up over that imaginary object, come back to the other side. Get a crescent kick, reverse crescent kick. Helps if you use your shoulders to steer your body a little bit. You want to start the kick, turn your body to the right. So pick your knee up, crescent kick. Now my body is here. When I want to go back in the other direction, I'm going to turn my shoulders, reverse crescent kick. Good. I see a hint. Somebody typed me texting. Ah, Leah. Hi, Leah. I just tripped over that. That was funny. Okay. Left leg forward. You're all laughing now since I tripped. I'm going to edit that out later. How do you like that? Left leg forward again. Crescent kick. Don't do this over a real thing, just a picture an imaginary object on the floor in front of you and pick your foot over it, but you don't want to put it down, you want to stop it in a kicking stance. So let's try it again. Okay, so turning my toes a little bit, lifting my leg over, turning my shoulders, crescent kick, and reverse crescent kick. One more time, crescent kick, reverse crescent kick. One more time, crescent kick, lower block. Aha, for those of you who know fourth combination, you've been waiting to do that, so let's look at it. So we've got 4 kicks. We've got 4 blocks. Some of you have more than 4 blocks, but let's just say we have 4 blocks. We have 12 different strikes, more or less. We have punch, back fist, hammer fist, vertical punch. We've got wrist, palm, blade, ridge, chop, palm corner. We have all these different strikes, all these different blocks. I didn't even ask about, we've got elbow strikes. You guys want to do some elbow strike? Let's do some elbow strikes. Start off in a neutral stance. Elbow strike, elbow strike. Horizontal elbow strike, elbow strike. Cross, let's just call it a cross elbow strike. Cross, elbow strike, cross, elbow strike. Good. Let's do upwards elbow strike. Upwards elbow strike. Upwards elbow strike. Upwards elbow strike. Good. If you want to step forward with some of these, that's kind of fun too for the advanced students. Let's do out. I missed one. Oh, over. Over elbow strike. Over downward diagonal elbow strike. Good. This is not a strike I would direct at my opponent's head. It's something I would direct at an arm. So if I've got this arm here that's grabbing me, I know it looks like a blue belt, but we're going to pretend it's my opponent's arm grabbing me. My over elbow strike would be against somebody's arm. So as they're grabbing me, I'm going, let go of me. Just something to imagine. Okay. 3 elbow strikes so far. Ready? Cross, 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 cross. Good. Upwards, 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 upwards. Over, 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 over. Take this one and go out to the side. Out, outward, side elbow strike, side elbow strike, other side. Side elbow strike, side elbow strike. If you want to take a step backward, you can make it more of a back roundhouse elbow. Good. Back elbow strike, back elbow strike, back elbow strike. Is everybody familiar with this move? Chambering for a punch, right? Except we're going to just do one hand and the other hand guards the middle of our body. Back elbow strike, back elbow strike, back elbow strike. You should look where you're going. I used to tell my students, when you're going to do a back technique, a back kick, or a back elbow strike, look back there. You never know who might be standing behind you. My grandmother might be back there. Elbow strike, elbow strike. Good. All right. What didn't we do? We did cross, we did upwards, we did over, we did out, we did back, over the top, elbow strike, over the top, elbow strike, over the top, over the top. So we got 6 different elbow strikes. Thank you, Ankush. 6 different elbow strikes. We got 12 different hand strikes, 4 closed hand strikes, and 8 open hand strikes. We got 4 different kicks. And here's my question for today. How many different ways can we combine all of these techniques into a karate combination? That's a lot of techniques. Some of you probably don't know this much math, but to figure out how many different ways to fit them together, you actually have to multiply. You would have to multiply 4 different blocks. And that's not even all the blocks we know, but 4 different blocks times 12 techniques. That would be 48. Okay, times 4 kicks. That would be 190 something. Okay, that's a lot of combinations. Plus 4 different elbow strikes. That would be like 800 different combinations. What would we do? All of those combinations? Can you think of a combination that wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense to do in karate class? So for instance, if I did roundhouse kick, okay, if I do roundhouse kick, does it make sense to do a lower block after it? Probably not. because that kick would have just cleared that space. There's nothing in that space for me to block. Some combinations don't make a lot of sense. Some combinations happen very naturally. So for instance, the most natural combination in the world, put your guard up, is jab, cross, or jab, reverse punch if we use karate form instead of boxing. Same technique, it's just slightly different form. That's a 1-2 combination. Almost every boxing coach, almost every karate school in the world teaches this combination. Good. That's such a natural combination that you can actually combine it with any of the other moves that you know. So pick a block. Okay, let's do outer block. Then jab, cross. Does that make sense? Sure it does. I'm protecting myself. I block here. I aim for the person's head. They pick their hands up to protect their head, and I punch to the body. Perfect combination. That works just fine. So block, jab, cross. Good. Outer block on the other side, jab, cross. Excellent. We already practiced another very natural combination, which is block, reverse punch, block, reverse punch. Fantastic. Does it make sense to block with the rear hand? So if I've got my right foot forward, does it make sense to block with my left hand? Well, not always, because it leaves this big open space. But if I fill that space with a technique, that might work, or this. So you can block with both hands. That's a great combination. Let's do some inside blocks with both hands, okay? Let's get in our self-defense stance. And instead of doing this inside block, let's just turn to a closed guard. Here we go. Closed guard, back fist, reverse punch. Excellent. Closed guard, back fist, reverse punch. We are doing fighting combinations, so I do want you to cover your head in the middle of the combination. So you don't want to do, you want to cover your head more than that. Closed guard, back fist, reverse punch. Try the other side. Put your left leg forward, closed guard, back fist, reverse punch. Closed guard, back fist, reverse punch. Good. Can we combine that with another combination? Sure. Try combining it with second combination. So now I'm facing front. I get attacked from this direction. So I turn my body and I do a closed guard. I'm tucking my elbows because the attack might be aimed at my stomach or my chest. Okay. But from this position, block, I'm going to do a roundhouse kick. Then I'm going to do a back fist. Then I'm going to do a reverse punch. So we're going to do second combination, but we're going to start at the block. Why not? Closed guard, roundhouse kick, back fist, ki. Good. Take a step back and do the other side. Closed guard, front foot, turn those toes, roundhouse kick, back fist, ki. Step back, closed guard, roundhouse kick, back fist, ki. Step back, closed guard, roundhouse kick, back fist, ki. Now those are pretty sloppy roundhouse kicks, but I can't turn on this foot very well, so I'll try one good one. Stepping back, closed guard, turning my body completely, roundhouse kick, back fist, ki. All right, so we can change up our combinations by adding a blocking movement in the front. You can do the same thing with first combination. So let's try a first combination modification. First combination is usually kick, punch, reverse punch. But let's try a modification. Let's try double outer block or wedge block. Okay, so you're going to step back, get in your defense stance, use both hands to block out. Okay, picture grabbing your opponent, kicking, pulling your opponent forward, and then reverse punching. Let's try it again. Wedge block, front kick, pull, ki. Wedge block, front kick, pull, ki. Excellent. Some of you know hand forward. You might recognize that combination is similar to something from hand forward. Try it on the other side. Step back so that your left leg is in front. Double outer block. Good. Grab your imaginary opponent, pull them towards you, kick, reverse punch. Good. Grab, pull, kick, reverse punch. Sorry. Switch block, kick, reverse punch. Excellent. All right. Another way to modify your combinations is you can do them moving backwards. Moving backwards. So instead of doing front kick, punch, punch, you could step back and do a front kick. Let's take a bunch of steps back and do a bunch of front kicks. Start off as close to the camera as you can get. Take a step back with your new front foot. Do a kick and get back in a strong stance. Step back, front kick. Step back, front kick. Step back, front kick. Then finish first combination. Punch, reverse punch. So I was backing away, defending with my feet, and then I start to counter with my hands. Another way to modify your combination is you can turn it upside down. You can make it backwards. So let's think about second combination. We have roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch. Everybody get in your side stance? All right. Shifting that body to a circle. Tiger stance, roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch. But now we're going to flip it upside down. Something is beeping my, okay. Sorry about the beeping noise. I have a program open that I have to close. Give me just a moment. Got it, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Also, I'm just looking at the time, let you know we only have a few more minutes of this workout. Then we're going to switch gears and we're going to go into our Zoom class. I will post the link to the Zoom class in just a moment. All right. We were working on turning a combination upside down, which is instead of doing the kick first, we're going to do the hand techniques first. So get in your side stance and do back fist. Good. Then do back fist, reverse punch. Back fist. Again, back fist, reverse punch. One more time. Notice how I turn my body forward on the reverse punch. Back fist. Take a step with your front foot. Turn your body forward, still protecting my head. Now my body's turning, so I'm forward. I'm going to start my next kick, which is to take a step forward and do a roundhouse kick. So that's second combination, advancing. The variation of it. Start off with your right leg forward, side stance. All right, back fist, reverse punch. Turning my body towards my opponent. Roundhouse kick, stepping forward. And then you can do more back fist, reverse punch if you want. Second combination, advancing. One more time, starting off with the left leg forward. I think this will probably be our last combination for today. Regular second combination. Roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch. Try it again. Side stance, roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch. Notice how I go forward towards my opponent on the back fist. All right. Flip it upside down. So we're going to start with the hand techniques. Back fist, turning my body towards my opponent, reverse punch, taking that back leg, taking a big step forward, and doing my roundhouse kick. One more time. I'll back up a little more so you can see what I'm doing. Back fist, turning the front foot forward, reverse punch. See how my back leg is already turning forward? Good. Sort of grab an imaginary rope, pull that roundhouse kick around, back fist, kia. All right. So those are a couple of creative things we can do with our blocks. The first thing we did was we practiced all of our different techniques so we could think of different ideas. Second thing that we did was we started with our basic combinations, just stepping back and using the combinations as a counter technique. Third thing we did was we actually practiced the idea of countering with our lead hand. Okay, another thing that we did was we took our basic combinations, first, second, third, and modified them, sometimes turning them upside down or adding a block before the combination. These are all things you can do to be creative in practicing your combinations. Here's a homework assignment for everybody. Turn some music on, practice your combinations the way you learn them, and then try to make up some variations. Try to make up some changes to the combinations and see what comes out. Why put music on? Because it's kind of fun. You do bam, bam, bam. Just kind of thinking of different combinations that I could throw while the music is making me move a little bit faster. Okay? We're going to bow out. We're going to go over to Zoom. I'll put the Zoom link in the meeting in just a moment. Stance. Student oath. Strive to be our best. Settle for nothing less. Great job tonight. See you soon if I don't see you in the Zoom. Whoops. Let's get that Zoom link and put it in Several people have asked me. I do not think our Zoom meetings currently have a password. That may change soon. But right now, this is the information that you will need. Okay. See you guys in just a few minutes.